life, happy journey. Woo! Every time I say that, I think of you, Marianne Lewis. Thank you, Marianne Lewis, for giving me that opening. That's my dear friend, Marianne Lewis, who is the director of the Ministry of Arts at Agape. And I kind of stole that from her. Thank you, Marianne. Hey, everybody, welcome. Hey, what's up? Good to see you guys. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Stream on in, pull up a chair, sit down, and let's have a talk. I want to tell you about what's going on at Rythmia today, and then I want to tell you about this idea of acceptance or improvement, right? There's like this fundamental irony to wanting to improve, because the wisdom is that you're perfect just as you are, right? There's nothing wrong, and yet I want to get better. There is something wrong. So there's this contradiction. So I want to talk about that today. But first, man, hey, everybody over here in Instagram world. Hey, everybody over here in YouTube world and Facebook world. I'm so glad that you're joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So guess where I'm at? I'm at Rythmia. Hey, Diego, great to see you. Hey, everybody. Woo, Nikki, Evolutionary, Raw, Candy. Who else is over here? Hey, everybody, welcome. Okay, so Rythmia, man, I got to teach the New Heart Afterglow class today. What a joy. What a pleasure to teach that class and to talk to everybody and to see where everybody's at. And, you know, today's a day of ups and downs here at Rythmia. They've had 3 nights of ceremonies so far. And they're going into their last night of ceremony. And some people have gotten their miracle. They've seen who they've become. They merged with their soul. Hey, Nikki, they've merged with their soul and they've healed their heart. Other people haven't done that yet, and they're freaking out. Like, there must be something wrong with me, or they're giving me something different than what they're giving the other people, or it always happens for everybody else, but it's not going to happen for me. That's the way it always is, right? Well, it's all perfect. It's all perfect because what's happening is what's happening here at the retreat is exactly what happens in life. It's exactly what happens in life. So, hey, sister, Milor, great to see you. So I got to talk to these people today. I got to teach this class and to see that everybody's on their path. Everybody's on their own journey, and it's their journey. And I was talking to someone who, you know, feels like she's not getting it, and tonight's the last night, and you know, that's such a familiar feeling to her. It's just absolutely. And we talked about, you know what, this is your journey. This is life. This is life just as it is. This is going to lead into our conversation about acceptance. But in terms of Rythmia, what happens here every week is that people are going up and down, but it's always a singular trajectory to healing, a singular trajectory to Nikki says, I remember Wednesday night. It was more than I can handle, but you made it through, Nikki. Right on. It's always, always, always tending towards healing, tending towards wholeness, tending towards the realization of oneness and forgiveness, forgiving it all, forgiving ourselves. And when we can do that, life shifts radically in 1 week. In 1 week, 97.55% of our guests report a life-changing miracle, and 6 months later, it's still working. 6 months later, they say, this was the week that changed their lives. It's amazing. This place is amazing. I'm so grateful. And out of the 5.5 years, almost 6 years that I've been here, I've learned some very crucial things about myself and about life in general. What a ride this has been. And so I want to talk to you today about the topic, acceptance versus improvement, right? Because we all want to improve. We all want to get better. And that fundamental improvement, that desire to improve, that desire to get better is a beautiful evolutionary impulse. But fundamentally, underneath what it's saying is, I'm not okay right now. What's happening right now isn't enough. I'm not good. The situation isn't good. I'm not enough. The situation isn't enough. And that is the fundamental piece that keeps us locked in the old pattern. That's the irony of self-help. That's the irony of wanting to improve, is that fundamentally we want to get to a place of acceptance that everything's okay just as it is, but we want to improve our lives, and we get caught in this loop. It goes back to the earliest myth, not the earliest myth, but one of the foundational myths of Western Judeo-Christian culture is Genesis. and the apple and the snake and Adam and Eve, right? That's when original sin entered the world. Well, let me tell you something. There's no original sin. There's just original guilt, which is exactly what's happening when we say now isn't enough. I want to improve. I need to get better, right? I'm not talking about this is the thing. We want to get better. We want to improve, but we also have to be in a place of acceptance. Here's how guilt works. That's guilt. That's shame. That thing that says I need to improve is our original guilt. There's no original sin. There's only original guilt, original shame. And here's how it works. The snake said to Eve, if you eat of this fruit, you'll be better than you are now. Boom. Oh my God, I'm not good now. I'm bad now. There it is. It wasn't even taking a bite of the apple. It wasn't taking a bite of knowledge. It was the guilt. It was the guilt that the guilt trip that the snake laid on Eve. And we're repeating that guilt trip. That's a foundational myth in the Judeo-Christian Western culture that says there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong right now. You need something to make you better. And actually, that's the fundamental piece of any spiritual thought leader like myself, anybody who's trying to improve the lives of our clients or our patients. Rythmia, we're all saying the same thing. Do this and you'll be better, right? That's the guilt trip. Now, that doesn't mean we don't want to improve. That doesn't mean there's not things to it. It doesn't mean there's not an expansion of our consciousness. But there's a difference in saying an expansion of consciousness versus I need to get better. Getting better is there's something wrong right now. An expansion is just more of what you already are. So acceptance or improvement. Acceptance leads to improvement. But Carl Jung was writing a letter to clergy, and one of the things that he said in this letter to the clergy was, we both, whether you're a clergy or a psychologist, we both want to improve the lives of our patients. And here's the thing. He says that if we really want to improve the lives of our patients, the only way to do that is through acceptance. That acceptance is the only thing that heals. Guilt, shame, condemnation never heal. Acceptance is the only thing that heals. So here's the irony of that. Well, I've got things that I want to improve about myself. If I accept them, that means I'm saying that it's okay. That I'm actually like giving up or giving in. Like, okay, well, I guess I just have to accept that this is the way it is. Life sucks. I just got to accept that. No. Remember, we're talking about an expansion of consciousness. There's an old Buddhist saying that says we're all struggling to become more of what we already are. We're all struggling to become more of what we already are. How does that work? How do I become more of what I already am? I become more of what I already am by becoming less of what I'm not. That's how it works. It's a reductive process, not an additive process. I don't need to become something else. I need to become less of all the shit that I'm not, all the shame, all the blame, all the guilt, all of the negativity, all of the downward spiral, all of the negative thought, all of the rumination. That's what we're not. We need to become less of what we're not so that we can become more of what we are. And it's not about getting rid of anything. It's really about dissolving those parts of us that appear to be separate. We want to dissolve them back in. We don't want to get rid of them. That's more separation. In fact, there's a fundamental principle that who you are right now is perfect, whole, and complete, no matter what. No matter what you said, no matter what you did, no matter what your family lineage is, no matter what your bank account is, no matter what your assets are, no matter what, you're perfect, whole, and complete, just as you are. And how does that work? Well, no, there's so many things wrong with me, John. There's so many things. There's health issues, there's relationship issues, there's monetary issues. Yes, all of that. And you're perfect, whole, and complete no matter what. What does that mean? It means that essentially at the center of your being, at the center of my being, is something perfect. Otherwise, nothing could exist. How does that work? There is, let's call it the life force. Let's call it the force of life itself. There's something in you that at the point when you die, that life force leaves your body. That life force, that impulse to live, that thing that's in every living being, that's in you and in me, is life itself. We can call it God. We can call it divine intelligence. We can call it Mother Ayahuasca. We can call it love, beauty, intelligence. We can call it the presence. We can call it the universe. Whatever you call it, it's a force of life, and it's in everything. It's in, through, and as everything. That is a divine idea planted within us before we were born. That is what's perfect, whole, and complete, no matter what. That is always in you. And if that wasn't there, then ayahuasca or prayer or psychology or medicine couldn't do anything. Why? Because none of those things can create life. Only life creates more life. And you are alive. You already have it in you. You already have the impulse in you. So acceptance then comes to the point where we say, I accept myself just as I am, exactly as I am. There's no better me. There's no better job. There's no better husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. There's no better day. There's no better retreat. There's no better ceremony. There's no better anything than what we have right now. Why? Because what we have right now is all we have. This is it. Now, that might seem like giving up. That might seem like you're throwing your hands up. Well, I guess just that's the way it is. Life sucks. And so, then you die. No, because it's from a place of acceptance that we can actually begin to observe those things that aren't us. Those old stories, those old narratives, those old beliefs, limiting thoughts, points of view, perspectives, opinions, judgments. Those aren't us. Those are thought forms. Those are thought forms that have nothing to do with us. And so, what happened there? Are you guys back? Hello, come on back. All right, I think we're coming back. So those are thought forms that have nothing, that are not us. It's like Reverend Michael uses a beautiful example of the ocean and the stuff that's in the ocean, right? We are like the ocean. We're this sea of consciousness. And then inside of the ocean, there's shipwrecks and rocks and seaweed and fish poop and, gold coins from the Spanish Armada. All that's not the ocean. That's the content of the ocean. That's not the ocean. And so in the same way, our thoughts, our perspectives, our judgments, our opinions, our points of view, our narratives, our limiting beliefs are the content of our consciousness, but they are not us. We are consciousness. We are that thing that's perfect, whole, and complete no matter what. We're that perfect iteration of the divine that's inside of all of this stuff that's not us. And so the process of acceptance isn't wringing our hands and giving up. It's actually coming to a place of acceptance of what's so. Because what's so, right now, what you're experiencing and what I'm experiencing is a condensation of our previously held opinions, thoughts, perspectives, points of view, judgments, and beliefs. So if this moment is a condensation of what we were previously thinking, because we all know the spiritual principle, what we think about, we bring about, that our thoughts become things, that what we are believing, we're actually creating. And that is a spiritual principle. That's a spiritual principle of manifestation, from the invisible to the visible, from the formless to the formed. Always the idea precedes the form. Always the consciousness precedes the material expression of it. Einstein gave us the special theory of relativity, where he discusses that energy becomes matter. E equals M. Energy equals mass or matter. Energy slowed down becomes matter. This is slowed, stored energy. Energy sped up matter sped up becomes energy. So the process of manifestation works from the invisible to the visible, from a thought to a thing. In the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word became flesh. In the beginning, there was an idea. In the beginning, there was an impulse. An idea is an electrical impulse in the brain. In the beginning, it was the Big Bang. That was an impulse. And from that impulse, things were vibrating very fast. And then gradually they slowed down and congealed into form. They moved from energy to gases to planets to stars to galaxies. All right, this is the process of manifestation. So this now moment is a condensation of what we've been thinking about previously. And if this now moment is a condensation of what we've been thinking about previously, then acceptance of this now moment, we can't do anything about it. It's this moment now is old news. It's a condensation of the past. It's the formulation of the past taking form now. So if that's the case, then right now what we're thinking, what our thoughts right now will be a condensation of the future. So our alchemy comes in our acceptance of this now moment, our acceptance of what's so. In this moment, that's not capitulating. That's not throwing our hands up. Life's a bitch. I guess that's the way it's always going to be. No, that's coming to a fundamental realization that right now is all there is. That right now there's that thing in me that is perfect, whole, and complete. The life force itself, the divine idea that's in me. And that's the thing. That's the thing that's going, that as I acknowledge it, it reveals more of itself and extends itself out of me. So what we think about now will outpicture itself in the future. So acceptance of the now moment is actually the way to improvement. That's the way we get out of that original guilt trip, that original shame, that there's something wrong, that right now who I am isn't enough. Right now who I am isn't, I'm not successful. I'm not lucky. It doesn't happen for me. Other people getting further ahead. Don't waste 1 second comparing your worth to someone else's net worth. No, I tell you, it's so easy to get caught. Don't waste 1 minute. I was reading this book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and they said that every moment that you are thinking about someone else's dreams, you're taking energy away from your own. So we must step into this now moment in full acceptance of ourselves, acceptance of what's so, acceptance of life just as it is. This is life. What you're living right now is life, whether you're ill or healthy, whether you're rich or poor, whether you're happy or sad. This is it. This is what it is to be human. This is what it is to have this human incarnation. And as we accept what's so, we then actually have the power to transform, to go beyond our current formation in acceptance, because acceptance is the only thing that heals. Condemnation never heals. Shame and guilt never heal. Giving yourself a guilt trip, has that ever motivated you? I mean, it might get you a little way, but then it peters out. It's not enough to carry you through. But radical self-acceptance of this moment, there's no better me. There's no better you. There's no original guilt. There's no original shame. There's just you. And deep inside you is that essence of perfection. And as we travel through life, a lot of crap is glommed onto us that's not us. Stories, thoughts, beliefs, limiting ideas, perspectives, opinions, judgments, points of view, all of that stuff, others and our own, that's stuff that's not us. It's the content, but it is not who we are. So as we begin to accept what's so exactly as we are, that this is perfect, that this now moment is all we have, therefore it has to be perfect. This is life just as it is. There's no better life. There's no better anything. In that radical statement of acceptance, we begin to see the things that have been stopping us, and they begin to transmute. And that's all we have to do. All we have to do is observe them. And in observation, they begin to lose their power. They lose their power. So, I think that's it. If you want to improve, accept just what's so. In fact, accept that there's nothing to improve. That you right now, just as you are, have everything that you need within you. You right now, just as you are, have everything that is required for the fullness of the expression of your life purpose, for the fullness of the expression of yourself, your self-expression. And that's what the world needs, is you to be more you, not more of what other people think you should be, more you. How do we get there? Radically accepting ourselves. And in that process of radical acceptance, we begin to observe the patterns that have been keeping us locked in this self-deprecating, self-guilt, self-shame pattern, and it begins to lose its power, and then we can transform beyond our current transformation. Hey, Linda, thank you. Michelle, wonderful, good day. Hey, Amy, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Joy, thank you. Nikki, woo. All right. So we're just standing in this moment with such gratitude for this energy that's moving through me, such gratitude for this beautiful technology that helps us to connect with each other, grateful for this beautiful place, grateful to be alive, grateful for our lives just as they are, just as they are. There's nothing wrong. I'm grateful for it just as it is. This is life. I'm grateful for life, everything that fits my picture and everything that doesn't, because this is what it is to be human. I'm grateful for this incarnation. I'm grateful to be alive at all. And in this gratitude, I recognize that there's only one power. There's not two. There's one source, one life, one love, one beauty, one joy, one creativity, one excellence. That is the excellence of the presence of intelligence and beauty and joy. And I am one with it, and you are one with it. We can't be separate from that from which we emerged. We extended. We're an extension of that divine intelligence. We're not separate from it. It expanded its consciousness and outpictured as this material world and as you and me. And so we're an extension of that one. We can never be separate. And from this place of unified awareness that we're one with all of life, that nothing can be against us, then I speak this word for all of us, knowing that each one of us have everything that we need, that all of our needs are met right now. Feel it with me. All my needs are met. All my needs are met right now. I have everything that I need. Everything I need within me, all my needs are met. I've been given everything that is required for the full expression of my destiny on this planet. I have everything that I need. All my needs are met. Feel it with me now. All my needs are met. I don't need anything right this second. Right this second, I'm okay. And when we build moment by moment this consciousness of all needs met, more of our needs are met. I know for each one that everything is unfolding in absolute perfection, that each one is on their royal road. I'm on my royal road. You're on your royal road, leading us to that indwelling place of oneness, that realization, that ecstatic realization of I am one with everything, and everything is for me. That I live and move and have my beingness in the lavish abundance of the universe, which is constantly working on our behalf. We open to receive unexpected good, unexpected love, unexpected money, unexpected kindness, unexpected joy, unexpected opportunities, unexpected prosperity, unexpected offers, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in our lives and the lives of others. We open to receive this good right now because we know it's only good coming for us. We open to receive it. We're taking an oath right now to be open to all the ways that good can come into our lives, all the way that love can come into our lives, all the way that health can come into our lives, all the way that wealth can come into our lives. We're open to receive it. Say right now with me, I'm open. I'm willing to let go of anything that's holding me back from being free, as my brother Chris says. I'm willing. We declare our willingness right now. And in this openness, in this state of radical oneness, radical self-acceptance of all that is, we know that it's already done. It's already in us. We're already perfect, whole, and complete. And so we can say, it is. And so it is. And so it is. And now so be it. Amen. Ashe, aho. Thank you so much. Love you all. Come see us. Come, whatever. Come on down. All right. Have a great day. Many blessings.